Today we are going to discuss the arrays in C++. So first of all, we discuss why arrays. Why do we need the array data structure for in programming? So let's discuss a scenario. Say you have to add 10 integer values. So what will you do? You will definitely declare 10 different integer variables. Like you can declare uh, integer x1, x2, and so on. So this seems a little weird because it doesn't seem nice. It doesn't look nice because let's say if you have to add 100 integer values, then using this technique you will have to declare 100 different variables. So that's not a proper solution for this scenario. So in this scenario, arrays come to help you. So using array, you can uh, save multiple. You can store multiple values in a single variable. Like this x is an array kind of variable of type integer. You can call it x or you can call it my array, whatever you want to call it. So this is an array that I declared, and the type of this array is integer, and this is the size. So this is angle bracket starts, then size, and then angle bracket stops. So this is the syntax of declaring an array, and here you are declaring an array of size 10, and this means that this array variable can store 10 different values. But this is the main difference, that in a typical integer variable, in a typical variable you can store only single value, but here in array you can store multiple values according to the size of the array, and here the size of the array is 10, so you can store 10 different values. So this is a nice way. So instead of declaring 10 different variables, you have stored those 10 values here in this array. And this is the syntax of initializing the values. This curly bracket starts, and then the values separated by commas, and then the curly bracket closed here. So one most important point is we'll note that the index of array starts at 0. So this is very important. So if you want to refer to the first value in that array, the index of that value would be 0. So if I say I write cout my array, here this 10 means the size of the array, but here when I say 0, here this 0 is the index. So 0 refers to the first value of the array, so it will print 9, and so if I write 1, so it will refer to the second value, it will print 8, and so on. If I write here 2, it will refer to the third value, that is 25, and so on. And finally, if I want to print the last value, I mean the 10th value, the index of the 10th value would be 9, not 10. So this is an important point to be noted. So these are first three values, 9, 8, 25, and then the last value 15. Okay. So let's compile this program and see the results. So here you are, 9, 8, 25 first three values, and 15 is the last value. Okay, so few more points to discuss. Let's say if I declare another array, but I do not initialize the values, I just say this is in, I call it another array, and the size of this array is let's say again 10, but I did not initialize the values. I didn't store any values. So what would be the values in this array? So if I know, let's say if I declare if I write here cout another array with index 0, so what would be the first value in this array, because I have not stored any value. So in this case it will show some garbage value that is already stored in that location in the memory. So it would show the garbage value. Okay, so this is a garbage value. So similarly, if I write here the index 1, again it would be garbage value. So this is it. However, if you want to initialize all the values with 0, you can do a trick in equal sign and curly brackets and 0. So this way you will initialize all the values with 0. So now if I try to show any value, it will print a 0 on the screen. Zero. And similarly, let's say if I write here 1, it will show 0, and for all other indexes as well. Alright, so and one last point, let's say if I declare it as this 9, so it means the first value stored in this array would be 9, and then let's say I write 4 5 6, the second value would be 4 5 6, and then I do not initialize the rest of the 8 values. So in this case it will show, this will print 9 and this will print 4 5 6, and this will not print garbage value, rather it will print 0. So in this case, if you do partial initialization, then the rest of the values would be zeros as well. So I am here showing the second value. I'm sorry. Yes, it is third value, it is 0, and the second value with index 1 would be 4 5 6. So that was a brief introduction to the array data structure, and stay tuned for the next lectures.